Morning.
Morning.
Oh my gosh. So I just thought it was funny because I'm watching the news. Speaking of which, you don't hear it, right? For the most part.
Only a little, yeah. I mean,
Because I
it's
try
fine.
to
It doesn't
turn it
bother me.
down. But before it went to commercial, it was saying that we have a winter weather advisory. It just reminded me of the pictures you sent.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, you guys probably. I mean, what are you gonna get? Just cold wind?
If that. If that.
Well, I didn't.
Because
Honestly,
I.
they said this storm was coming, but I didn't expect this much snow. It's more than I thought, and it's still snowing now. I hate
Oh,
it.
so jealous. So
No,
jealous.
I hate it. We had to plow the drive, the path, the deck.
We deserve, or we're due, I shouldn't say deserve, we're due a snow down here. It's been quite a few
I
years.
agree. Yeah, you guys can take some of it for a while because we don't need it. We've had it. You know what I mean? Over it.
Hold
But
on.
I will say it doesn't seem to bother me as much this year as it did in previous years. So I'm getting used to it.
Sorry, hold on.
It's
Olive
okay.
looks like she's fucking choking on the floor. You good now?
With with that
You got
toy?
whatever it was out? I don't know what the hell it is. You good?
Oh no, now
Swear
mine's
to
gonna
God, this
start.
dog is going to be the death of me.
One sec. And just then, Onyx decided he doesn't want to be in the office with me. He wants to go be free. Thank you.
It's okay.
Animals.
I wish I wish mine would do the same. Olive, what are you doing? It's like she is being a terror for no reason now. I
Oh, she's
don't know
probably
what her
just
problem
bored. She
is.
wants some attention.
Anyways, we haven't had snow in like years. The
Lucky.
looking, I just pulled up our weather and it's gonna be in the 50s for the next couple weeks.
Really?
I mean, couple days.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
nice for here, but I remember when I lived in Florida and it would get down to like 60. And because you're so acclimatized, it felt freezing. So I bet it
And
feels
we're
cold.
and we're due snow. Not snow. What's that other one?
Oh,
What
I
comes
thought
before the snow?
sleet, hail,
No, before that. Rain.
rain, thaw and
Get there
water.
eventually. Get there eventually.
Oh
And
God,
then
rain. I could deal with some rain right now.
I pull up your city and it's all it has is
Shit,
snow.
shit. That's what it is here. I mean, I can't complain though, because like we work from home, so tomorrow I'll just be signing in from here anyway. So it's not like it bothers me. I don't have to go out in it. But
Right.
I just miss the sun. I think that's what it is. If it was snowing and it was sunny, I'd be fine. But because it's all gray and it's like I'm in a dome, I hate it. I feel trapped.
It's like you're in a snow globe.
I know, but who wants to be in a snow globe? Not me. Unless it's like a summer version with a beach.
Like a little quaint New England town.
Yeah, see,
That'd be
that's not
cute.
me. That is just not me. I'm one of those that could like live on the beach and I don't know, sell seashells.
Oh
I that could be
God.
my life. I could just be a beach bum, barely getting by, and I'd be happy.
I couldn't do it.
I'm not the winner
I mean, I
kid.
like the warm weather, don't get me wrong, and I don't like the winter, I should say, to where I have to live in it
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah,
But
visiting's fun.
like, well, that's what I'm saying. Coming up there and
Yeah.
visiting would be fun. But even like a snow down here is great because it at the most it lasts is like 4 days. Like all the times it snowed in the Carolinas, I think it's only lasted for like 4 days and then it was gone. So like
Yeah. I'm
that's
surprised it lasted
perfect.
that long though, because I mean, that's a good amount of time to hang around. Like here, it'll snow and then it'll probably melt like either well partially today and then probably tomorrow and then it'll just be gross wet grass for weeks and then it'll snow again, so it doesn't stick around for very long. Usually we get one of those a winter, I'd say.
Ew,
I'm
it
hoping this
says
isn't
with the
it.
It says like with the wind chill and everything, it's 17 degrees at your place. That is
Here,
disgusting.
so
Yes.
17, that's below 32, so it's below zero.
For us, it's 42 here
Oh,
right now.
mine says it's zero, so that must be what it feels like is 17,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
actually
The feels
32.
like, yeah.
Okay. I mean, it was -4 the other day, so that would have been, I don't know, 28 or something. So it was actually cold the other day. It's actually warmer today, even though it's snowing.
That's insane.
It is. And my sister just sent me this alert as well. And of course it's on my road. But apparently somebody plowed their drive and they put all the snow into the road. And they've completely blocked the main road with the snow from their drive and just left it.
People are idiots. I swear to God.
Like, come on now.
Well, see, if you move down here, if they plow the roads, it don't matter because you're not going anywhere anyways because the city shuts down. So, like, you don't
Yeah.
have to worry about it.
See, and to be
Work's
honest, that would annoy
canceled.
me as well. I mean, I wouldn't mind the work canceled, but I like to go and do things. So if everything shuts down, I'd be like, this is hell. I used to hate
Oh,
Christmas as
yeah.
a kid because I just wanted to get out and do something and everybody was closed.
Yeah, everything for the most part shuts down because no one leaves their house
No one knows how to
except for like
drive
grocery
it.
stores. But then you go to the grocery store and you're there just for your, weekly groceries and you're fucking scrounging for leftovers because everybody came in and got
Everybody was
everything because they
pre-prepared.
think they're going to be snowed in for,
Oh, I know. I
ages.
hate when they act like that. Like, you're not going to be stuck in your house for a year. Come on. You just need a
Oh,
couple
it's
essential
horrible down
items and
here.
you'll be out again in a week, if that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't haven't had any snow
Mm,
or ice stick around for more than four
doomsdayers.
days, and people go out and buy that shit. Like, they are going to be in their house, like having to cook next to a fire because everything's out. It just blows my mind. It blows my mind.
Yeah, all
I
logic
mean,
is
they
out the
do it down
window.
here for hurricanes too, but that actually makes a little bit more sense.
Well, a hurricane would make sense because it could like ruin infrastructure and it could really cause, some downtime. But snow is not going to. You're not
Well,
going
I
to
think the
be.
problem with us down here is like we tend to get more ice than snow.
Oh,
So I
yeah,
think
that's
like,
terrible.
ice will tend to knock out power lines and shit like that. So it makes sense. I get it. But like again, I've lived here for almost 20 years now. It'll be 20 years in
God,
2 more years. So
doesn't feel like
18
it's been that
years,
long.
right? And out of all that time, all the times it snowed, it was gone within like 48 hours. So again, makes no sense whatsoever to go out there and like stockpile for a winter. Like we're needing to hibernate.
You need to
Like,
last until March. Yeah.
right, right, right.
Oh, God. Are they doing the toilet paper thing as well? Is that one of the things they're hoarding? As if they're
No,
just going
we
to be in the
haven't had
house
to deal with
shitting
that
all
since
day, every
COVID,
day?
thank God. Right, because you're not
Yeah,
eating, so what are you shitting? Right,
exactly.
you know what I mean? Like, I'm
And I
sorry
didn't
if
even
I'm
get
losing
that during
power.
COVID. It
No,
just didn't
I
make
don't
sense.
either. If if we have no power, I'm not cooking. Like,
No.
what am I gonna do? Cook next to a goddamn set up a lighter with a can of soup on top? Like,
A little candle, and then it'll heat your
right,
soup in like 5 hours. Slow cooker to the
exactly,
max.
right. So it's like I don't understand. Like, why are you hoarding toilet paper?
Mm,
Like, because I ain't shitting. Like,
no. I don't even use toilet paper, if I'm being honest with you, so they can do what they want with that. I knew you were gonna give me that face.
so what does that mean?
I use wet wipes. And I don't flush them in case anybody is worried about that. I do throw them away. They'll ruin your
See,
drains.
I used to when we were on city, I used them,
Did you?
but
But you
ever
flushed them?
since, oh, absolutely.
Oh no, we had a
Um,
clog, and that's when I was like, oh, and he was like, it says flushable, but there's a big lawsuit going on. They're not flushable. I was like, oh, so I looked into it, and he was right. So I don't
but when
flush
we
them
moved
anymore.
to well and septic, I got rid of. We don't use them.
Yeah, well, I
It's
really want a
just
bidet, but I don't see Paul letting me install one of those.
we have one.
No, you don't.
And we
Why
have
are you
one
still using toilet paper then?
because when we moved in, it was a project given to mom to install. And I can't remember what the reason was, but she was going to do it, and I think Farrell was helping her. I could be wrong too, though. It sure as shit wasn't me. We'll just obviously that goes without saying. But I either she couldn't get it or both of them couldn't get it. Something with the plumbing or something with the toilet or something. So needless to say, we have one, but it's still in its box.
It's
And we've been
insane.
here
How
for
did
like
that
four
become
years.
like a project for your mom of all people? Is what, something
Because
she's done
whatever
before?
um because whenever I have a homeowner issue of sorts or a project, she and Farrell Sr. are the first people we call
Oh, I love it.
because both of them have done shit, right? So, like, mom, with our current issue with the faucet in the kitchen, she's like, go buy a fucking faucet and I'll install it. Like, I don't understand what we're doing. What are
But
we
yeah,
doing
but you
here?
don't know if it's the faucet that's the issue, do you?
Yeah, it is, but it isn't. It is
Okay.
short term issue because the current faucet that we have is all
This is
caked up
blocked.
with sediment and yada yada yada. So it is, but it's not the long term issue. The long term issue is we don't have a filtration system to prevent it from getting to
Oh
that point.
yeah,
Does that make
okay.
sense? So in my head, I'm not going to go buy a new faucet
Um,
just for it to get fucked up again.
yeah, but actually I'm gonna side with your mom on this one because that'll solve your immediate issue, and it takes, I mean, I would say years for it to build up to that point again. So
Well,
at
I
least
get, yeah,
you'll have water
and I
while you're
get that.
waiting to afford the super expensive filtration fix.
I mean, we have water,
But not in
everything's
the
working.
kitchen.
Yeah, we have it in the kitchen.
I thought you said it wasn't coming out.
We just, it, no, it is
A
after,
trickle.
no. We took so our sink is one of those that has like the hose nozzle sprayer.
Oh yeah.
Okay. We took the head off. And so it's just coming out of the hose. So it's not
Oh,
aerated.
yours
So
is
it's not
like
coming
all
out
one
like
piece.
it's now coming. Yes. It's
Okay,
not
I thought you
coming
meant like a
out like
separate sprayer.
all. No. It's not coming out all like fluffy that an aerator does.
Fluffy.
But it's coming out. Hey,
Okay.
that's how the plumber described it, and it makes sense.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know that was a professional term.
You know it. Our plumber that was born in 1998 that he told me, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, but see, that makes sense. That's a trade, so they can get into a trade straight out of school. But I hate it when I see like CEOs and stuff that were born after me, and I think, how the fuck? What did I do wrong?
Well, it still just blows my mind that I'm getting towards the older generation
Oh my
now.
God, I
That's
know.
that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh my
Aren't
God,
we
you're born in
just?
'98. That's crazy. That is
No.
crazy.
It really is. Like somebody trained me at one of my jobs and she was born in 96. Nothing against her. She knew the product more than I did, so it made sense. But I remember thinking, this is so weird being trained by somebody that was born after me. Like it suddenly
I
made
mean,
sense to me why older people were so like resistant to me in the workplace sometimes when I try to tell them how to like, well, use technology. It's like, okay, I get it now.
well, that's how it was when I took over as an area manager because 99% of the people that I managed were younger than me. That's
Yeah,
a
but
lie.
that's
Older.
different.
Let me flip it around.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
I meant
because
to
you're the
say older.
manager. That
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense. Okay, no,
So
okay,
it
that'd be
was kind
weird.
of little, who wants to take direction from someone that's twice
Kind of
their
funny
junior?
though, because thinking about it now, they were probably the wise ones. They were like they've been in management before, been there, done that. Was like, I just want to be crew.
That's me. That is me right
Yeah,
now.
but you get to that point, don't you? So you're managing these older people, thinking like, how am I the manager? But then you
Because I didn't
realize,
tell you
oh,
about
they're
my
smarter than I am.
my last interview, right? For this promotion that I'm going for.
No, we didn't go into specifics.
So I had my first interview with the unit managers, right? That went really well. My second and final interview which I'm still waiting to hear the decision, which I didn't expect until this upcoming week, anyways, with the holidays. But, anyways, the second final was with the assistant vice president, HR, and the director, right?
Shit. Yeah.
And one of their questions was like, where do you see your career going? Like, what are your aspirations for your
I hate
career? And
that
I'm,
question.
well, I have it teed up. Like, I'm ready. Every time somebody asks me, like, I'm just used to, because I know what I want to do. I want to be in what our company calls product, but it's essentially like the training department and rolling out new systems and things like that. Like, that's my jam. That is my jam. I was great at training with Panera. Like, that is my jam. And so I told them, and the problem with, well, there is no problem with it, but the issue with potentially going into a role like that, is I would have to relocate because all those positions are in like Connecticut, Minnesota. So basically
Oh,
coming right, going back up north, and no
but not
sir,
for
no
this
ma'am.
promotion. It's more like
No,
in
no,
the
no, 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 no.
future if you were to move up
If
within
I
that.
wanted to go into that like product role, I
That's
would have
something to
to
think
go.
about.
But see, in my head, we've already made, like, I feel like I've already had my big boy job with Panera, right? So I'm kind
Yeah.
of taking the back seat now because once Farrell finishes his degree next spring,
Oh, yeah,
he
that's a good
wants to get
degree.
his big boy job with the post office, right? And
They have
I
roles like
think,
that.
mm-hmm.
Oh,
And one of the things that I think one of the areas that he wants to do and like utilize his degree in, I think potentially would have to relocate, like he would have to relocate, or us, obviously, to Raleigh, and which isn't horrible.
but
I
that
mean,
doesn't
it's
help
back in
your
North
situation.
Carolina, but that's where I'm going with this is like I'm taking the back seat this time so that his career can take the front seat. Does that make sense? You
Yeah,
know,
I love how you
like
put it that way, but really it's like I'm gonna let you work hard and earn most of the bread. Well, I'm gonna sit back, earn some of it, but you be stress free.
exactly. I
I
mean,
get it, 100%.
those roles were reversed for quite some time, so it's,
Yeah,
you
it's your
know.
turn. But at least
And
it'll be something
plus,
he enjoys. It won't be like when you were doing the Panera
and
thing.
plus, if we had to relocate to Raleigh, that's not that bad. That's like a 3 hour,
Meanwhile, you're trying to make
you
me move
know.
down there, and then you would just ditch me for Raleigh. How far away is
Raleigh's
Raleigh?
in North Carolina, you dip
I know, but how far is it?
from
I
like
mean,
where
that
we
doesn't
currently
mean anything.
live.
That could be the opposite corner. Yeah.
About 3 hours.
Yeah, see, that's a pretty
It's
good
in this.
distance.
It's in the middle of North Carolina.
Yeah, so if I'd moved down to where you live, and then you're like,
South
oh,
Carolina.
Farrell just got a, well, I was going to say the city, but yeah, Farrell just got a promotion.
Oh,
We're moving to Raleigh, and then you would just ditch me. So there'd be
yeah,
no point.
okay.
No
But
point.
we would have to sell this house. Like, there's so much going into it, and obviously, I'm putting the cart before the horse because we're not even talking about it.
No, but
But
you have to
anyways,
plan because these things will get you by surprise.
back to my original thing was like I told them I was like that's what I want to do. Then they're like, oh okay, and I was honest. I was like, but I understand that if I ever wanted to go into one of these roles, it would require relocation, yada 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 yada. And they're like, okay, so what if that wasn't, obviously with relocating, not something that you wanted to actually do? What the relocating part, like, is there another avenue? And I knew what was happening. Like, I knew because obviously they know my extensive background. They have my resume in front of them. And I was like, I feel like they're trying to see if I would be interested in leadership again. Because I love being a grunt. I love it. I do not miss the stress of managing adults, right?
Yeah.
And so, but I feel like that's where the question was going. So I answered and I was like, well, if product isn't, a thing right away, I would potentially, be interested in a leadership role of sorts. And I nearly gagged on my answer.
Mm.
And they're like, oh, okay, that's good, that's good. And I'm like, fuck.
So when they say leadership, they mean leadership in a different department, or is leadership above departments?
Like above, like I'm assuming like a middle manager role. Like, you know
Okay.
how each department has their own unit managers that kind of oversee the direct reports for that department. I'm assuming something like that.
So you'd
I
still
mean,
be
I really
attached to a
don't want it.
department. So it could
Mm-hmm.
still be product. You'd just be management in product. And is that,
But I
I
wouldn't
mean, I
want
don't
that
know if,
either. I
no,
think they're
but
talking about a unit manager role within like
the,
the claims area.
oh, your current department.
Yeah, and I don't.
No. See, I would have probably just shot that right down as well because if you know what I mean, if you don't want to do that, then I wouldn't even like let that be a possibility in their head because they're probably humming and hawing and thinking, where is he going to be best if he could do both of these things? And if you really want product, I think I would have said that.
Well, I do, but at the same time, I really didn't want to close any doors either
I know what you
because
mean. You don't want to be seen as like, well, not a team player, but like not flexible.
my way or the highway.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I want. If that's not what I'm getting, then fuck you
Right,
guys.
right.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Again, I don't even
Wait, so
know.
so with that one, let's say you did go that way, even though that's not the way you want to go. Would
Hmm.
you be in management in your current location? You wouldn't have to relocate for that.
Correct. I
Okay,
mean,
so it is
they don't even have roles open right now.
not yet, but they obviously know what's
But I
coming or
think
what's happening or
they're like trying to get a game plan for like, you know, what potential career path I
yeah.
could have. You know what I mean? Because that's one thing I'll say about this company is they are very, very hands on your development and getting you where you want to be. Like I
See,
haven't
that's
been
great.
right, so I'm not gonna, you know, shortchange that in any shape or form. Plus, that role would put me back in the tax bracket that I was with Panera.
Huh. Gotta love those tax brackets. Uh,
Not that I don't. It would
you earn more, they take
nice
more.
to
It
be put it
sucks.
in that back in that, you know, income area, but it's not like I always tell people when I tell them that I took this job and the difference in salary from
Nah, the cut.
Panera to this one, and they're like, "You took that much of a cut? I would never." I'm like, "You
You
would
do what you gotta do.
if you saw." Well, it's not even that. I could have found another job that made more money, but it's the work life balance that sold it for me.
Mm,
You know what I mean? I never had that
yeah.
with Panera. Never. The only time I ever had that with Panera is probably when I was an hourly associate. When I
Yeah, when they
signed
don't
on the
expect
dotted
much
line
out of
for
you.
management, they were like, "You're mine." You
But
know what
see,
I
that
mean?
is the case in most companies. Like the
Right.
responsibilities that come with any management position always outweigh the pay raise. So I've always steered clear. Well, I did it once for a company, and then I was like, I'm never doing this again. Um, so I think once you get that realization, you're like, I'm happy with making what I make and not having, any big problems that come my way. I can just here's my manager. Good luck. Rather than it's on me to find a reasonable solution. No
I mean,
thanks.
I do watch because I've had a couple different managers since I've been in this role,
I
and I
know.
do
You've moved
see
all
the
around.
workload, right? And it's nothing
It's not terrible.
outrageous compared to Panera, right? So I think I could do it. Why? You know what I
Oh,
mean?
we know you could do it. Do you
But
want to?
I feel like it's kind of also like an iceberg, right? I feel like I'm only seeing the surface level shit, and there's so much under the water that they do that I do not see. That I feel like would be like, ain't worth it. Ain't
Yeah.
worth it
Which is always the case because you're not going to find out about any of that until once you're in the
until you
actual
sign on the
role.
dotted line, right?
Yeah.
And then they got you.
Then they got you. There's no going back.
That's what. That's how I felt with Panera. But like, you know, when I first started that job, I enjoyed it.
Oh,
We
well,
had a
I bet you
purpose.
did.
And then they had a
Yeah.
lot of corporate leadership turnover that kind of diluted what Panera was
And
actually
things
for. And
changed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like my company when I first started back in 2018, it was privately owned and it had been since it started in the 80s. So it was I mean, I know people hate, they say this is a red flag. I don't think it is, but it was like a family. Like everybody got along, everybody hung out outside of
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
work.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was very
Mm-hmm.
informal. It was great. Um, and then not long after I joined, there's some scandal. I don't know the details, but one of the original people that started the company had to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so in order for the company to keep going with him leaving, they had to pay him out. So then that's when we first brought in like an investor or a company
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
buy us
Mm-hmm.
out. And once them investment firms started getting their hands in it, it's just changed. It's all about the bottom line and profits
Yeah.
and money and I get it because they're only in it to, return on their investment, but
Mm-hmm.
it's completely changed the whole feel and vibe of the company and it's a different place. It's still not bad, but it's just not like it used to be.
I mean, that's exactly what happened with Panera. I mean, the founder, Ron Shake, sold it for like billions. Oh my God, it was
Uh,
disgusting how much money he was able to sell from it. But he sold it, and I want to say in like the mid 2010s, somewhere around
okay.
there. And all of our like core principles kind of slowly just like dwindled away. Like one of his big thing was like we had a clean menu, right? No, all clean ingredients, all, this, that, and the other. And they slowly have backpedaled that
Oh my gosh,
for,
now it's all
to your
processed.
point, for bottom line and for dollar, which makes
Yeah.
sense because I mean, a lot of the restaurant industry in general took a hit during COVID. So I think they're still trying to recover from that. And then the economy now, no one wants to go pay $20 for glorified hospital food because that's
No.
essentially what Panera is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it's become.
And so I get it. I get what they're trying to do, but at the same time, it's just like I feel like we went from like a neighborhood cafe that like knew everyone, all your regulars and this, that, and the other, to a corporate show that we're just churning transactions. That's it. That is all we're
Yeah,
doing.
and people by the sounds of it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
It
That
is a
is,
shame
I'm
though.
right, because I still remember a million gazillion from like those heydays of Panera of my regulars' names, and I could picture them in my head still. Like it just blows my mind. But
That was like Starbucks. Yeah, you get your regulars, you knew them
mm-hmm.
so well, and you could just start their drink as soon as they walked in.
Well, that's why I was convinced that the Starbucks that I frequent, they have to have a camera on their goddamn drive-through because I've never stepped foot in there. But every time I roll on up and say good morning, they're like, "Oh, good morning, Nick. We got you already going." And I'm like, "Bitch, how do you
Yeah,
know it from my voice? Like, there's no way. There's no way." But I'm
saw you
convinced they have a
pull up.
camera and they see me. Right.
Yeah, no, I think they do. I'm pretty sure we did back in, well, I don't know, 2012 was it when I last worked for Starbucks? 13. But we did, so they definitely probably do these days. But isn't that nice though when they recognize you and it feels all like personal? And,
It is because it actually feels genuine.
yeah.
To where instead of like I was just reading in the news where Target's doing the, what was it, the 10 foot 4 foot rule or 6 foot 4 foot, whatever the hell is, like if you see somebody within 4 feet, you speak to them, you greet them, yada yada yada. If you see somebody within 6 feet of you, you smile and wave or some shit like that. And my thing is if you have to tell your crew to be naturally just pleasant to people, then you have a bigger problem than what you're trying to
Yeah.
solve. Because like I always tell people, you can't teach people to be nice. It just it
No.
it just comes naturally. You can't force
You
it.
either
You can't
are
treat
or
it.
you aren't.
They're either made for a customer service position or they're not. You
Yep.
know. And so when I saw Target was out here doing they did this the rule thing. And I've had some people at Panera, higher ups, say the same thing. Oh, we're gonna go to this. If you see that, if they're within like 4 feet of you, you're gonna greet them and blah 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 blah. I'm like, once you make it mandatory and put parameters on it, all authenticity is out the
Out the
window.
window. Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, once you start forcing me to do something, it becomes robotic, and I don't even, you can
Right.
tell I don't
But if
care.
you have someone like me and you who are generally nice people and happy and this, that, and the other, you don't need to tell us. Just let us fucking do our thing. You know
I
what I
thought you
mean?
included me in that. Professionally at work, if you're paying me, yes, I'm nice, I'm friendly. What can I help you with? But personally, if I'm shopping,
I was
just
gonna say,
leave me alone.
I don't think you, if you were, I'm talking about you in your like barista days.
Yeah, as a
I don't think you
worker.
were a dickhole towards
No,
people.
no. And I was gonna say that as well when you said it feels genuine when they like say hi to you. It usually is
Right,
because we get to deal with all these dicks, that aren't
right.
regulars in between.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see a regular, it's like, oh, thank God, someone
It's
nice.
right. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely liked my
So,
regulars. I miss them.
and then like I said, that's not something you could teach. You either have it or you
Yeah.
don't. And that is up to your company to hire the people that have it compared to the ones that don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, rather than try to mold the crap that you decided to hire into what you really want. Like, good luck with
Right.
that.
Because I could teach you how to make a coffee drink. I could teach you how to make a
Yeah.
sandwich. I could teach you how to run a register, but I cannot teach you to put a smile on your face. That is a will thing, not a skill thing. Like,
Oh, I like that. It's a will thing, not a skill thing.
you never heard that before?
No. When would I have
Oh,
heard that?
I used to use that all the time when I was doing performance documentation. Be like, hey, I have taught you how to do this. I've made sure that somebody else has sat down with you and verified you know how to do this. At this point, it is a will thing, not a skill thing. You need to get your shit together or get the fuck out, kind of thing.
So then, really, the fact that I haven't heard it means I must be doing pretty good in my roles. Because if I had, that's not a nice thing to say,
That's
is
true.
it?
I mean, I've always had those conversations on the other side of the table, so I've never heard it being said to
You've just
me,
been the
but
one
I
saying it.
absolutely. Because then it puts the ball back in somebody else's court too. You're gonna
Yeah.
sit here and bitch that this company is shit, this, that, and the other, and they don't do this and the other. Bitch, I'm coming with the receipts. This is all the shit I've done with you to make sure you are successful in your role. You're still not successful. That's on you. That is on
Oh,
you.
we've got one of those. Yeah, she just, some people just aren't cut out for certain roles. And you can try
Right.
and you can try and you can try. But then when you like bring it to their attention, like this is happening still, then they always come
Mm-hmm.
back. Well, nobody is around to train me, or nobody will show me, or da, da. We've shown you that many
Bitch, you
times.
got
You
the
just
same training
don't,
I got.
right? Not even that. I've gone as far as making uh, guides, documents, Word documents,
Mm-hmm.
following
Mm-hmm.
the process the whole way through. You're still getting it wrong. So what else could I do besides do it for you?
Well, I mean, that's what my trainer told me when I came over into claims. She's like, this job is easy. It doesn't take a lot of brains to do it, right? But this job is also not made for everyone. There are some
Yeah.
people that are good at what they, good in all kinds of things, have skills beyond the belief. But this job is not made for everyone. And I wholeheartedly believe that because there are some people that I've seen in the department that are good humans that seem like they got some lights on upstairs, right? But are shitty at their jobs. And I don't
Yeah.
think it's in this instance, I don't think for them it's 100% on them. I just don't think they are cut out for this
Well, yeah,
particular job.
they'd probably like do really well in something different, like and even in the same
Mm
company, but just something
hmm.
slightly
Mm
different.
hmm.
Yeah.
Right. You're on the wrong seat of the bus. Like, we need to find you somewhere else to sit because
But it sounds
it ain't
like
here.
Yeah, but it sounds like your company's quite good, like you said, about progression and personal progression. So I think if they recognize that, but they also recognize that you might do better in a different place in the same company, they would do whatever they could to get you where you would shine rather than continually trying to force you to be good at this one
Right.
role.
Right.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
Mm-mm-mm. I know.
But it's like, because like what you do or what you did, I guess, what you described at the beginning, I feel like I could do that, but the thing for me is just too much customer contact. So even though I could do the role, I wouldn't enjoy
Mm-hmm.
it because I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to talk to people that much. That's just too much for me.
Yeah, see, I don't think that doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, maybe you're just more outgoing, or maybe I've just talked enough up until this point in my life
Yeah,
that
I
I'm
get that
over it.
from both my parents. Both my parents can talk to anybody and make a full blown goddamn conversation out of it.
Yeah. Well, see, that's different as well. I could. It depends on the circumstance, I guess. But if someone was to approach me like out in the world and just start talking to me about something interesting, I'll talk your ear off. I don't care. But when you start forcing me to talk to people like as part of my job, don't like it. Don't like it.
I like to talk on my terms.
Well, exactly. I do. I like it to be like organic and natural. And I don't want to have to call you about whatever it is.
So, how many different companies have you worked for since you started
Oh
working?
my God. Oh my God. Okay, so let's see. There was McDonald's, there was Walmart, there was the lawyer, there was American Eagle, there was Plato's Closet, there was the storage facility, there was Starbucks, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
That one I stayed at the longest. Then I went to the UK. Then there was the airline. Then there was the travel agency. They had a lot of departments, so I was able to move around there quite a bit before I left. Then I went to another travel agency, so that's 10. Then I didn't, that one was too boring because it was just one thing all day, every day. So I left to go to this company, so that's 11.
Wow,
Yeah, I
that's
know.
crazy.
And it never occurred to me that I might have ADHD, and that might be why I get bored and move around jobs all the time. And they're always like, well, usually completely different industries as well. It's like, how the fuck?
Gotta learn new skill.
Yeah, well, I would just, the
Keeps you
learning keeps me interested. Yeah. And
well.
so I'd put everything into learning it. And then once I get to the point where you're supposed to settle down and just do your job because you know what you're doing,
It gets
that's when I'm like,
mundane.
don't like this anymore. I want to go learn something else.
So the reason why I asked that has nothing to do with work whatsoever, right? This is
Oh, okay.
more personality thing because me, okay, so I've had four. This will be
Oh
my
my
fourth.
God.
So I worked for Caesarland. That was my very first job.
What
And
is
then
that?
it was like they only had them in Detroit, like the Detroit metro area. It was, like Chuck E. Cheese and Major
Oh, okay.
Magics. Do you remember those?
I remember Chuck E. Cheese.
It was like that, but owned by Little Caesars.
Oh,
And they
okay.
called it Caesarland. They had
That's
one,
funny.
they were only in like, I think the closest one to you guys, it was up in the middle of the state. And like I
Oh.
said, it was, again, I think they've all been shut down since like the mid 2000s. Well, no,
What
because
did you do there?
I started working there in 2003. I feel like they shut down in like the 2010s. I first started as like just like a busboy of sorts, I guess,
Oh, like
and
cleaning
then,
tables.
mm-hmm, and then I learned how to fix the games, and then I learned how to run the kitchen, and then I convinced my boss to let me start doing birthday parties as a birthday party host because they got tips and all that stuff
Oh, okay.
and whatnot. But he was very birthday parties are really run by the girls, yada yada yada.
Oh, I've worked for one of those before. Yeah.
And he finally let me do it, and I was like, "Bitch, told you, I'm great at this."
Yeah.
And then I went away to school and I quit that job, and that's why I went to American Eagle and Panera at the same time.
Oh, I
And
didn't realize you
then,
worked for American Eagle too.
hmm I worked for
Oh.
them for about from like 2006 till about 2008.
Oh,
I
so
want to say.
longer than me.
Um, and then Panera now, obviously with insurance. Um, my question is, were you? Because with me, I'm not. When you go into a new role, do you like, or new company, I should say, are you like the I'm here and queer kind of person, or are you more like keep that side of your life reserved until you get to know the people?
Oh,
Does that make
well,
sense?
yeah, I mean, there's no hiding it with me, so they know already anyway. Well, it's true. They know, but I don't just come in like full, yeah, no,
You
I'm
don't
not
come
like
in hot,
no. No,
come
and
in
there's no
with pride
reason for it. It's
flags
just
and
that's not how I act at home. That's not how I'm going to act at the office. But I've come across some obviously in roles where they are like that, and I don't know why. Like it doesn't affect me, but for some reason when I do see people like that, it bothers me. Like this one guy in particular I'm thinking of that worked at one of the travel agencies I was at. He was, I'm here, I'm queer, and blah blah blah. But he didn't just leave it there. He would start talking about like his sex life and hookups, and
well,
it's like this
naturally,
is work.
as gays do.
Yeah, but this is not the place. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, so maybe the person next to you is interested in what you did last night, but the whole office doesn't need to know that. And you're quite
Well,
fortunate,
see,
that you've not been reported to HR talking like that.
I'm of the type where I will not say anything until I feel out the room, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not going to go out here and be like, oh, my husband this, my husband that, or this, that, and the other.
Oh,
But I will, I tend to see where I should see ideologies lie in my core group before I start opening up more. And I noticed that a lot when I got into a higher role in Panera, and I was starting to deal with people that I didn't really
may not.
know. They weren't
Yeah.
part of my, inner circle. Um, but then I noticed when I interviewed for this job, um, 2 years ago or a year ago, whatever it was, I just said fuck it at that point and was like, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna let it get it all out in the early conversations. Not that it needs to be talked about, not that it needs to be a extra read all about it kind of bullshit, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like I'm emotionally progressed to where I don't feel like I need to hide it, if that makes sense.
Okay. And I get where you're
Because
coming
I
from.
think I did it more as like a defense mechanism because I didn't want to stir up any
Yeah.
issues. I didn't want to,
Which makes sense.
put
I get
myself
it.
in harm.
And I think a lot of us probably do that just out of habit, just because we don't know who we're around or how, we'll be perceived. And it is a bit
Mm-hmm.
scary when you know what people are capable of. Um, but I don't think I've ever been that way either. I've always, like, I don't hide that I have a husband. I think it usually comes up right away. Um, so there's no like announcement like I'm gay, but I also don't. I guess what I try to do is I try to just pretend like it's nothing, like it's completely
Because
normal
it
because
really
it
is.
is.
It
And I
is.
am,
I get your trade of thought.
yeah, so I just don't act like it's a thing. But no, I talk about my husband probably during the interview, and it comes up real quick, but it's not like because it's a thing. It's just me talking about my life because they usually do ask, like, tell me about yourself.
I, and I think that's how I started becoming when I interviewed
Yeah,
for this job, or not this, yeah, this job, because I remember, and it must have struck me to my core more than I thought it did at the time. But back in, we'll say 2000 and shit, probably like 2007 ish,
oh,
right after I started Panera as just, an hourly person, right? I had a manager that we all knew was gay. Like, we knew it. He never came out and said it, but we knew it. Your roommate would come in for a free fucking dinner every other night when you were closing. Like, bullshit. We know y'all are more than roommates. Don't
yeah.
give me that bullshit. Like, anyways, that same year I went to Detroit's Pride, right? And ran into him.
Oh my God. In a city of
And
millions of people, and you run into
I
him.
was like,
Knew it.
and he's like, don't tell anybody at work. Don't tell any. I'm like, his name is Jason. I was like, Jason, we all fucking know. We all
Right.
know, like, just let it go. He goes, well, you don't understand. Panera doesn't like to promote our kind to, leadership roles. I think he was just an assistant manager at that time, to
Yeah.
like leadership roles and this, that, and the other. So I'm just, trying to stay below the line so that I don't get halted for shit. And ever since then, with
Yeah.
Panera, because that's who I was with, I was very cautious at first on who I set, like who I talked to and got to know and opened up to, until I got, to the point where I was like,
Yeah.
I really don't give a fuck. Clearly that's not true, Jason, because I went from an hourly associate to an area manager,
Yeah.
and all throughout that got married, had children, like, you know, clearly that is not a thing, but it fucked
It
me
could,
up for
yeah, but
quite
it
some
could have been
time,
one person in his experience, in his management line, and he just kind of generalized it for the whole company.
which was
Um,
funny because the manager that hired me at that cafe way back when told, because obviously I gravitated to the girls as
yeah,
I usually do on the crew when I got hired, and they're
same.
like, "Oh yeah." I can't remember what her name was to say. We'll say Annette for lack of a better word. Annette told us she hired a gay boy, and we were so excited. I
Oh, you
was
know
like,
what? I freaking hate that
okay.
too, though. And they're like, I've always wanted a gay best friend. And it's like, one, we just met. Two,
Right.
me, I know what you're thinking already. I'm 2 steps ahead of you, and I don't like
Mm-hmm.
shopping, so don't expect me to go with you shopping. I am not coming with you to get your hair done. I am, what I mean? My, oh, bless my
Mm-hmm.
sister came to me and wanted me to help her pick like colors and decorations for her wedding. And I thought, you've grown up with me. So yes, like, okay,
You got
I'm
the wrong
gay,
one.
but you also know I'm not like I have no style. I'm not a stylistic person. That doesn't interest me. I don't care what colors you choose. Like you're asking the wrong person. But they immediately jump to like the stereotypical like, oh my God, we're gonna be besties,
Mm-hmm.
or we're gonna move to Manhattan and have cosmopolitans. And no,
Mm-hmm.
no, none of that's happening. I'll go out with you, but that's about it.
I and then from that moment I made it a point to make every straight boy that I work with like my best friend,
Oh, isn't that nice
because
though when they're just normal?
it was so great. I had some of the best guy friends in my way back when I was just an hourly associate with Panera. Like I remember there was one time, it's horrible. I shouldn't even say this but hey, I was 20 years old, 20, maybe younger. Yeah, 20 when I started at Panera making bad decisions. But I remember this one time, Austin, I'll never forget his name, Austin, and I can't remember the other guy's name that was with us. There was like three of us that would hang out together. We took our breaks at the same time and went into my car and smoked
Oh,
and
okay.
got really fucking high. And I got so high that I got stuck in the car. Like, when you get so high, you're just like, your body's heavy and you don't have any
Oh,
motivation. Uh,
yeah.
that
That's
that
usually a
like
lot.
that like 30-minute break turned into like an hour. It was so bad. I went back to work and they're like, "Are you good?" I was like, "I just accidentally fell asleep. My bad."
And
Like,
the
it
other two,
was
did they go back on time or
so,
did they go back in an hour?
yes.
Oh my
They went back
God.
on time, and the same group. I remember we took some lemons because we would obviously like cut up lemons for the iced tea station, all that shit. We took some lemons after closing one time, and because we thought we were cool, saw how far we could throw them in the parking lot. Fucking idiots! I swear to God.
See, and it's things like that. That's why, like, I think that's why I also gravitate towards like women because men just do weird stuff and I just don't get
They
it.
do
Or at least
stupid
straight
shit,
men.
right?
I just, there's very few things I can relate with a straight man on.
And I also feel like I'm also that gay that would make unrealistic, let's see, how can I phrase this, would have would think that there's more, like I would have crushes on the straight guy friends,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And even though I know in my loins of loins, in my core of core, that it would never go anywhere,
Yeah.
I saw this as like a bromance that, they wanted to hang out with me. They wanted to, this, that, and the other. And we were super close. And I don't know. So I would do stupid shit just to be with the guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Whereas me, I was like, I'm not even gonna pretend.
Entertain this.
Yeah, because well, I mean, and it's hard because like, with both straight guys, yeah, that's nothing's ever gonna happen. But then we know, of course, that there's plenty of straight guys where they do that, don't they? So in your mind, it's
Hmm.
like, well, it's never completely off the table because it happens
I
all the
have
time.
at least three of them in my docket from
See,
my past
but with me, I was like, I
that
don't
I
even care
remember
if that
vividly.
happens. I don't care if that's on the table. Like, I'm not pretending to be into this display of whatever you're doing. Even if it could mean, a hookup down the line, like, I don't care. You boys
I
go be
had
stupid together, and
in
I'll
high
find somebody who
school,
knows who they are.
I came out to my friends sophomore year, and they were all like, about time. And I remember this one guy. Because I think we talked about it on the last podcast, maybe, or maybe the podcast before that. I don't remember. But like the wrestling, remember how like me and my
Oh,
friends were like into wrestling
y-
and stuff?
yeah.
Well, we would like do backyard wrestling kind of bullshit on like the trampoline and like, do stupid shit on the house. I remember this one time, it was just me and one of my friends. I'm not going to say their name. I know they're not listening, but still, just out of common courtesy.
Hmm.
Me and one of my friends were wrestling, and I remember he like pinned me down on the couch, and then it was in a way where I couldn't really, like, my head was like buried somewhere, like in a cushion or something. I don't really fucking remember
Yeah.
the nitty gritty. All I remember is like he pinned me down and then took my hand and put it on his hoo ha. Right. And this was right before I came out, like right before. So me secretly was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, this is happening. Oh my God, oh my God. But then reality kicked in and I was like, oh God, they don't know. They don't know. You need to freak out, like freak out. And so I was like, oh God, what the fuck are you doing? And like pushed him off me and this, that, and the other. And nothing ever came of it. And we never spoke of it after that. But like, I don't know. I could have
But
had
now, do
a
you think he
summer
was?
fling.
Yeah, I think he was probably testing the waters. Probably
Yeah,
already
probably.
suspected and wanted to see how you'd react. But then
Uh
again,
huh.
I say that, but you see videos on like ridiculousness and all these weird shows, and I don't know, straight men love to get each other to touch their, you know what I mean, just like in a
Mm
to
hmm.
freak them out, I guess. So it could have
Mm
been
hmm.
just him trying to like get a reaction.
I haven't
How are you
talked to him
supposed to
since
know?
high school. So I don't know
So you don't
how
even know how it
he
turned
went
out.
in life, right?
He could be, yeah.
But I did talk to some of, my past high school people that I went to school with, and I was, me personally was like the only out gay kid in our class.
Yeah.
Clearly there was more. Like, just the odds and statistics say there was more, right? And there was, and him and I talked to each other years later after high school, right? And he had similar um interactions
Run-ins with this
with some of the straight
person.
guy, no,
Oh,
other straight
okay.
guys in our class, where they actually went farther
Oh my God.
down the field together. And I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, he was telling me names. Now, could he have been pulling my chain? Absolutely.
He
I wouldn't
could, but
go back.
why? Why would he lie?
Right. What would be the benefit for that?
Yeah.
Right? Like, but I was like, looking back on like some of the names he told me, I was like, that tracks. That
Yep.
tracks. Looking
That
back
makes
now,
sense.
that tracks. It's crazy though. And then I was like, why didn't they pick me? Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Just no, I
Well,
really
no, you
wasn't
do
kidding.
wonder though.
That's
I hear all
that
these.
was the first thing. I was like, damn, I was out. They could have came to me, but they probably thought I would be over here.
Well, I think
Just
yeah, if you're
chit
like
chatting
out
away.
or you're just like too obvious, I guess maybe they're worried that you'll say something because I feel like I
Right.
was kind of the same. Like nobody ever approached me for anything like that, but I was also like one of five people that were out, so they probably thought, well, he would tell people. Plus, I was
Right.
friends with all their girlfriends,
Nick's
so
over here giving Hummers, you
right,
know.
yeah,
Yeah. Ain't that crazy?
it is crazy. I'm kind of glad I didn't have to worry about any of that. I just was worried about making it through the day, graduating, and then starting my real life.
You know, I still have dreams every once in a while. So, newsflash for mom when she eventually listens to this. I barely graduated high school by the skin of my teeth. And it's not because and my parents probably don't even realize this. And it's not because I didn't know my shit. My junior and senior year, I got so tied into extracurriculars and doing other shit that my academics just went.
What kind of
So,
extracurriculars?
actually, school sanctioned ones, bitch, don't even
Oh,
try that.
okay. No, I just thought you meant like you were just out living your life, partying, having, because that's
I
kind of
mean,
like
I
me,
was,
junior, senior year.
but not that crazy.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, my graduation hinged upon me passing my Spanish 4 final. Okay. And I
Yeah.
remember it to this day because there was only 2 of us in Spanish 4, me and one of my girlfriends, Catherine. That
What do
was
you mean
it.
two of us?
That
Like two of
we
your
there was only,
friends? Or
no,
two people in the
2
class?
students. Yes, because
Oh my
everybody
God.
took. So you had to take at least 2 years of foreign language
Oh,
in our
same.
school,
Oh yeah, we both went to high
and
school up here.
they only offered Spanish in my school. Like that was the only thing you
Oh
could do.
God, thank God we have
So
French.
I obviously did Spanish 1 and Spanish 2, and I killed it. And I went to Spanish 3, killed it. Spanish 4, most people didn't go to, but me and Catherine went to it. So there was only 2, like, because there was only 2 of us, we were actually in the Spanish 3 class, but our professor would split us
Oh,
off,
we had
right?
some of those. Yeah.
And she didn't have to take the exam, and I did. And I had to pass that motherfucker, I think, with like a C or higher. If I didn't get my credit, and I would be like a half credit short from graduating. So I
How come she didn't have to
remember
take the exam?
at my high school, if you had an A average and less than, I think, 4 absences in the semester, you could skip the exams for finals.
Wicked. Oh, I would have
Hmm.
qualified for that. I wish my school did that.
And so she didn't have to take it.
Lucky
So
her.
I remember to this day sitting in the hallway, because I actually did my exam in the hallway, doing this, and I'll still have, and then going to give it to um Mr. Scrivano to he graded it right then and there because he knew I was in the same predicament, or the predicament I was in. And I remember he said, "All right, you passed," and I was shitting bricks because I thought this could go one of 2 ways, and if I have to go home
Yeah.
and tell my parents that I'm not graduating high school over a half credit, whew, I
Oh, I
probably
mean,
wouldn't be here right now.
you would have had summer school to make it up, and you still would have graduated, but that would have
Yeah,
sucked.
that was crazy. But
I can't believe you were that close to failing.
but I still have dreams to this day of taking that final for the purpose of,
Seriously?
yes, for the purpose of graduating high school.
Bless you.
Ain't that
Your mind
crazy?
just needs to move on. Yeah.
No
I don't think
shit. I
about
mean, that
anything
was
from back then anymore.
what, 20 years ago? Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, for me.
What a long time to hold on to something like that, especially now that it doesn't even matter.
I should bring that up to Dr. Kim and be like, hey, girl, I'm carrying anxiety from 20 years ago. What do you think that means?
I think you need to move on.
But it's
I
not
wonder
like,
what she
that's
would
so
say, though.
crazy.
There must be a
I don't know. I have
reason.
my appointment coming up with her
I have to
I just
ask
did my
her and report
I
back.
just did my December calendar. I can't remember when it is, but it's coming up.
I still
But
haven't made a
yeah,
therapist appointment yet. I've been saying for 12 months I was going to, and I haven't.
it's so good. Even
Yeah.
though I always, because you're one of the core people I talk to. Like I always, it seems like lately before each appointment, I'm like, I don't know what to fucking talk to
I
him
have
about.
nothing to talk
I don't know
about.
what to
Yeah.
talk to him about. And then somehow, some way, we fill the whole hour with some kind of bullshit.
Yeah, something will come up, something you might not even realize until you're sat like in front of them. Well, it's kind of like me and you. We used to plan these, didn't we? And then we thought, nah, we can come up with something to talk about. Let's just see how it
Right.
goes.
Well, I know, because our last appointment was right before Thanksgiving. I know she's gonna ask me if we had um, Friendsgiving this year because she knows about that whole dynamic and everything. Because she even told me, she goes, "So what happens if your friend shows up expecting Friendsgiving like every other year for the last 6 years?" And I'm like,
I mean, that person's not going to just show up out of nowhere.
well, that's what my thought was. I was like,
Who
they
does
don't
this therapist think she is? A
that
stalker?
I
Yeah.
mean, but then again, if you have somebody who is used to doing this 5 years in a row, 6 years in a row,
But
they
with
might
no
just show up.
communication, they're just going to show up on Thanksgiving? No.
You never know.
Yeah, you do. She's not crazy.
Well, I didn't say she was crazy.
No, but the therapist is kind of like implying that she might just show up on Thanksgiving with no
Um,
invite.
but
No.
based on my last correspondence, she also doesn't think that there's anything happened between us. So,
That's not, no, I think you're reading that in a different way. I thought that was quite genuine.
girl,
But
if you only knew.
I know, but I just
If you
think
only knew.
it's hard. I mean, these conversations, I will say as well, conversations like that should not happen via text because it could go either way. And reading into what is said is very hard because they're not in front of you. You don't have your social cues, their body language. Um, so I think
But
that
I'm
might be
also
contributing to
stubborn
this.
and refuse to have that conversation in person.
I
So,
know.
because I personally don't think I'm strong enough to stand my ground on how I feel. So that's why I refuse to do it. If we're going for full transparency, because I feel like what I would do is I would listen and then somehow be like, you know what? All right, you're right. I'm wrong. And then,
So in other words, you would shut down. I hate when people do that.
yeah, basically,
Yeah, when I'm trying to
to
resolve
where
something because talking to you will
I,
help me, and then they're just like, I give up. All right, I'm wrong. You're right. And it's
well,
like, that is not why I'm doing this.
the reason why is because I don't feel like there's anything to resolve. What's there to resolve?
I mean, there's
In the grand scheme
obviously
of things, I did nothing wrong.
no, but it's
That's
become,
why
I
I
guess the
would
thing
get
is, it's become
frustrated and be
awkward,
like, you know
and
what?
you
Okay,
didn't
you're right.
stop it from becoming awkward. I'm not saying you
But
didn't do
us,
anything wrong, but I'm just saying there was a
I don't know.
situation, wasn't there? And
Mm-hmm.
you could have taken steps to try to make the other person feel seen and heard. Or you could just, like you did, just let's not talk about it. Let's see what happens and we'll just see where it goes. And yeah,
I mean, I guess. I
I
mean,
don't
you're
know.
right.
There's
Those are
feelings
the
on
two options that I could have
both
done.
sides.
But my thing is I also am firm in my belief that it is not my responsibility to make you feel better about something that I either A, had nothing to do with, or B, I can't.
Yeah, but I think that, I mean, to be honest, that sentence I think kind of tells you what you need to know anyway. Because no, it's not your responsibility by any means. But I think if you cared about the person, you'd want to make it right, whether or not
Or
it's
it
your
was my
response.
subconscious finding a way out of that friendship.
Maybe, well, maybe. I mean, that's a possibility too. People grow apart. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, it doesn't need to be dramatic or
Well,
hateful
that's
to
what
go your separate ways.
well, that's what Dr. Kim said too. She goes, "We have friendships that last seasons." You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they are there for that particular time in your life and is not a problem nor unhealthy for them to naturally dissolve or go apart as time goes on. And I was like, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Oh God, I'm one of those people as well. Like I will become best friends with somebody at a new job, talk to them all the time, hang out with them all the time, and as soon as they leave or I leave, just never talk to each other again.
Well, I think that's different though when it comes to a workplace
Maybe,
relationship,
but
because I had my work wife at Panera and I haven't talked to her in like 2 years, but we were like inseparable. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So like I get that. I think it's different when it's like I think that would be different if like our relationship. You know what I mean? Because if one of us went and fluttered off and just was MIA, that would be a little bit more, I think, of an issue than it would be if you and I were just work besties. Does that make
yeah,
sense?
yeah. But we're also different anyway, because there's been plenty of times in our 20 whatever year history where we've kind of gone quiet, done our thing, and then picked back up. Like,
Yeah, it's
hey,
true.
where have you been? What have you been up to? And it's like no
I
time
know
has
I was
passed.
giving the other day Lauren and I were talking at work and I was giving her
I
like
love
kind of
her.
like a breakdown of our friendship and our history and whatnot and like, the roller coaster of different things in our lives and she's like, I would have never guessed all that. I was like, yep.
It is crazy. Like when you think about all the different life events for both of us that
Hmm.
have happened since that very first MySpace message. It is
Oh God.
insane.
Oh, I want to. MySpace thing sounds amazing right now.
Oh, I used to love it. It was so much more fun.
Well, yeah, it was a creative outlet too,
It
because you got to
was.
customize the shit out of that.
Yeah, I was really like when I remember when Facebook came out. Well, originally it was for college people, wasn't it? And then they released it to the public, and everybody
Hmm.
was migrating over. And I was like, no, this is boring. I don't like it. I don't see this catching on. I really thought like, because MySpace was the original, like people will go over there, but it's not gonna amount to anything. And before you knew it, like Facebook was huge and MySpace was gone, and I couldn't have been more
Right.
wrong. People liked the whole every profile looks the same and everybody's just a number essentially.
Yeah,
And
because
that's kind
looking
of when I
back
fell
on
out
it,
of
I
love with
really
social
don't.
media.
I don't know what Facebook. When you look at them side by side, right? What Facebook has or had at that time when both of them were, competing. What Facebook had that would have caused such a migration. Aside from, I think it was the fact that at first it was like you were privileged to have Facebook. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
somebody with
I
it
think
had to
that
invite
was
you, I
I
think.
think that was like the lure of it, right? Like you had
Yeah,
to
it was
be a college
exclusive.
student, you know what I mean? Whereas MySpace, all you gotta do is check the box that you're 13 or older, bing bam boom. Like,
Yeah.
you're good to go. Um, but looking at them side by side, to your point, I would have chose MySpace all day, every day.
Yeah. It's a shame how
So
that worked out. It is. But I also don't mind because like I said, that was around the time when I was like, oh, because I was going all in with social media. I just loved it. It was like, for we both grew up in the middle of nowhere. Not
mm-hmm.
well, I mean, you were closer to Detroit, so probably had more people, but it was just like there was nothing and nobody around. So having that connection to other people everywhere in the world was just
And yet you
amazing.
and I were Eskimo brothers with some people. Like, come on now.
What?
Eskimo brothers? You never
What does
heard that
that
term?
mean? No.
Where you guys were, in our case, we both shared one guy together. If obviously at different
Oh.
times. But you're saying you grew up in like the middle of nowhere, yet you and I have a guy in common. That's what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to get at.
If it's who I think you mean, I mean, nothing really happened with me and him anyway. So, did we really share him?
I mean,
I should have,
same,
though. You know,
same.
when you look back and you think, like, you fucking idiot. You should have just done
Have you seen him lately?
it. Not lately, but like in
Oh
the
my
last
god.
5 years, I think I've seen
Oh my
something.
god.
What? Don't know.
I think he's gorgeous. I don't.
Really?
from back in those days. Like, he had a
Okay.
nice little
Well, no,
glow up.
he was attractive back then. I just jumped into a relationship and thought I had to be like a good person. Didn't know I could just be a good person later. I know. I missed out on so much stuff because I thought like it's wrong to cheat. But I could have just like not jumped in relationships and then it wouldn't have been
Well,
wrong.
I also feel like that was part of our thing, though. Like, we had to find a relationship, and you had to jump into it, because how else were you going to potentially find someone? Back then, it was,
Well, yeah.
few and far between, and it was hard to find somebody because we didn't have all the social media. We didn't have, you know, Grinder and all that shit.
Oh my God, no, yeah.
And so when something came along, you had to fucking hook that
You're
motherfucker.
like, lock them
So,
down.
right. Because you didn't want to spend another, 20 years trying to find somebody on AOL and MySpace chat rooms.
It's true though. Like you go out and you see all these straight couples your age, teenagers,
Mm-hmm.
being all PDA, and you think,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be alone forever. So then as soon as you find someone who's gay and is interested in you, you're like, you're mine.
Those are the only boxes that need to be checked.
Yeah, that is all that matters. But then when
we
something
will
better comes
we
around,
will
you're
handle
like,
all the red flags later in life.
all right. Yeah. Oh God, it was a fun time.
I
Sorry,
know,
I'm still
right?
looking up that person. I gotta see. You've really sold it now.
I feel like I'm friends with him on Instagram.
Oh.
FYI. If you
Oh
wanna
no,
go
I
through
think
mine.
I am too. Well, I'm following the person. I don't know if they're following me back, but I don't post anything anyway. Oh, okay, yeah. Wow. I mean, he looks pretty much the same, doesn't he? Oh, he's
You think
aged
so?
well. Well, I mean, like facially, he just looks like he's not aged. Oh, okay.
I mean, you know what
Well,
they say.
been working out, I guess.
You know what they say. Black don't crack.
What do they say? Oh, okay.
Even though I'm pretty sure he's more mocha.
I mean, regardless, he's hot. Wow.
I know. I know.
See what I mean? Should have done it. Because now he'd probably see me and be like, whoa, what happened to that guy? Dodged a bullet
I
there.
feel like I reached out to him within the last 5 years.
Have ya?
I feel like we've actually spoken, but I can't remember what. Yeah, I like to dabble every once in a while, reach out to
I don't
ex-boyfriends
talk to
and
anybody from
ex-hookups
my
and
past.
see how things are going.
Really? I don't.
Remind them
They
how
might, like,
how
wanna
their life
actually talk
used to be better when I was in it more often.
Right.
They're probably like, ooh. They're probably
man.
like, dodged a bullet.
Oh.
It's
It is
all
weird though, because back then you think, like, when you break up with somebody, you think, oh God, like, you feel bad, I guess, or I felt bad, like I'm really ruining this person's world. And
I
then they
mean, that's
just,
how I felt when Matt and I broke up.
yeah. Well, that was a
That's a
little
little bit different
different.
circumstances. I mean, I did cheat on him.
But then
A.
they go
But
on. Yeah.
B, I felt bad, I think, because he moved down here and
That's the
relocated
thing.
his life. And
His
then,
whole life.
ugh.
But
But
then, you know what I mean? He moved home.
I think
He
it gave
went back.
him, gave him the push that he needed to better his life. Because when he was with me, he didn't have a license, he didn't have a car. When he first got with me, obviously, he didn't have a job. And now he has his own place, he has a car, he has a license, yada, yada,
He
yada.
would have had all those things anyway.
Bitch, when we were together,
You think
he would not go get his license.
He was
He
probably
was afraid
scared.
to drive.
Yeah, which is a
So-
legitimate fear.
So us breaking up and him moving back to Michigan forced his hand
Okay.
to do shit.
Yep. He owes
Because I can
all his
guarantee you,
success
if we were,
to you.
thank you. That's all I needed. Thank you, validation
Where is
that
your
my
word?
action as a cruel human turned out to be a blessing in disguise for him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be
Now-
fair, though, sometimes it does, doesn't it?
Let me put a little asterisk on this one, a little disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
I have since been blocked by him on all social media. So
Really? Recently?
So, within the last year or two, so either he A blocked me or B got rid of all of his social media. My guess is that he just blocked me. I could be wrong. I could
Has
be
it been
wrong.
since we started this? Could it be
Oh
that
yeah, it was
he's
before
because we
that.
have?
It was
Oh,
before then.
before. Okay, I was like, because we
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah,
talked
yeah.
about him on here, so maybe he was like, "Hell no, I'm blocking you." But I see his. Oh, my phone's. I'm using it as my camera, but I've seen him on Snapchat. So but I don't. I can't tell you when, but it was within the last year, so he's still around.
Oh well, then he blocked me.
Possibly, but why? Like, if you weren't talking to him, why suddenly block somebody years later?
I don't know.
I don't know, but he was a
Why did
sweet
we do
guy.
some of the
I
things we
think you
do?
guys were just
He
not a
was. He
match,
had.
but
We were not a compatible. That was again. I feel like me latching onto something because it was shortly after Robbie and I broke up. Not really shortly after, about three
but it
years,
wasn't
but close
long.
enough.
Yeah, you
Right.
had like your single fun, and then immediately jumped back into another relationship. Sounds like me.
You know it.
It happens.
But just looking back on I, you're right. That relationship was never deemed for success from the get go. I don't know
No,
what
I
I was
think
thinking.
you guys are just too similar, and I think that's our thing as well. We're too similar. Like
Oh no,
you
him
and
and I are not similar at all.
no, I'm in certain ways. I mean,
Oh, what do you mean?
I don't know. I could just see him ending up with somebody similar to who you've ended up with. I think you guys might have been looking for the same thing, not each other. Anyway,
Okay,
I don't know.
I don't know either because I don't know. He was very opposite of me in a lot of ways, like a lot. Where I'm very outgoing. I'll talk to anybody, this, that, and the other. He's very introverted.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I definitely see that. He's definitely like the quiet, intelligent
complete.
kind.
Right. And I remember that
But
was one of the biggest qualms, like, my group of friends had when we were dating was like, he doesn't talk. It's so awkward. And I just like, oh no, he's not awkward and this,
he'll
that, and
say
the other.
something when he
And
has something to say. He's probably just following the
right.
conversation. I know. I mean, I'm that person, so I know
That's
what it's
exactly
like.
how he is.
And then you think of something you could say to what someone just said, and then you go to say it, but then someone else starts with
We
something
change the
completely
subject.
different. Yeah, and then you're like, oh, well, I can't say that now because that doesn't make any sense. I look like an idiot. So you start thinking about something else you could say about what they've just said, and then yeah, we're just too slow. We just think about what we want to say, but too long. We just need to say it, spit it out.
Yeah.
So I get
But
it,
yeah,
but I always come off
my
as like the weird,
friends
quiet one.
my friends saw that one from a mile away that it was gonna be bad. Mom saw that one from a mile away. She
Yeah,
liked him, don't get me wrong, but she knew that it wasn't gonna go anywhere.
yeah. I think I meant more like sexually incompatible. I
Um
don't see him ever, being dominant or taking the lead.
no, he was definitely a submissive bottom.
See, and sometimes you like the other. That's all I meant. That you're
Well
too alike is,
well back then I was all top. Or
yeah,
first
but
top,
things
we'll
have
say.
changed. So imagine if you were still together and,
Um that is 99.9% because my husband refuses to bottom.
which is,
That's
yeah,
why
okay.
things have
Sometimes
changed.
that's how things come about, but I mean, you wouldn't do it if you didn't enjoy it. It's not like you're being
Well, it's
forced.
true. That's true.
Exactly. So I'm saying you've discovered another aspect of it you enjoy, and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I just don't see how
he's
that would have worked out with.
long term. No, probably
Yeah,
not.
exactly. I just think in that way.
It's okay. Not gonna lie. When you first said that, when you first said, I thought he was looking for someone like you. I thought it was gonna be like a black guy.
Oh
Like,
my
I thought
god.
that's where you were going with it.
No, I just meant
A
somebody who
Nubian
could
prince.
like take the reins and be a bit more,
Well, that's funny.
assertive.
That's funny because in the bedroom, Farrell is he's obviously the dominating one, right? But every other aspect in our marriage, life, relationship, I'm the
Yeah.
HBIC.
Well, you think that's weird, but I guess that's actually quite normal. There's a lot of people who are like that in, behind closed doors, but not in real
The
life.
power
And
dynamics. Yeah.
it's something about balance, isn't it? Because I was with a guy who was like, super successful in life and ran businesses and da 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 da. And then as soon as you get behind closed doors, he's like bending over and here you go.
Other way around.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like, what is weird. He's like, well, I have to control and handle everything out there, and so in
That
here,
makes
I
sense
like
though.
to be
I let's
controlled.
right. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
it does. But at first, you think, oh, that's ass backwards, isn't it? But no, actually, it makes
Right.
sense. Like, okay, this is your chance to be different than what you
That's
do every
that's
day.
me. That's me now.
I mean, you're just crew now, so you're not taking
I
control of
like to
anything at
be
work.
I like to be in control of my life. You know what I mean? I like to be have the final say on things. But
Yeah.
like get behind closed doors. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Whatever you say.
Oh God.
Oh, I know, right? Can't believe it's already 10 o'clock. I have
Oh
to
my
make breakfast
God.
still.
Oh my, it's a quarter past 10. What do you mean 10? It's like, well, a quarter of the way gone this hour. Oh my goodness.
What
I've
are you
not
guys
done
doing today?
anything.
Anything?
Well, I'm not going out. It's still snowing, and you saw what it was like before, so it's only getting worse. So I'm staying in. Um, I don't know though. I don't know. I've been on this organizing spree, and well, luckily I'm running out of places to organize. So
Well,
that's
that's a good
nice.
thing.
It
You
is.
just got to find a new project after that.
Yeah. Well, once I'm done organizing, then it's probably going to be moving on to like redecorating certain rooms because we've done some, but we've not done them all. So we'll probably move on to that. And then once you finish that, I mean, you'll be ready to start with the room you began with again and do it all over.
That's true. We
Mhm.
gotta I'm gonna be watching football, even though the Lions aren't playing. Ooh, excuse me.
Oh, I was gonna say, didn't they just play
Um,
Thursday? I don't know how often
yeah.
they play a
So
week, but that seems excessive. But okay, so it's
no,
someone
yeah,
else.
because they always play on Thanksgiving, so that's like their game of the week. So I'll be watching other football games, and then I think that's it because I work from home the next 2 days.
Yeah, just
So
take it easy. There's nothing we don't need. What I mean, we don't need to get anything done today, so I'm not gonna force myself.
probably do laundry, and then
Yeah.
I might clean out the fridge because even though we went started going, I think we're through all of our Thanksgiving leftovers. Thank you God, because I was
Really?
nervous we had way too much food.
Well,
But
we normally you have like the after Thanksgiving meal the Friday, don't you? With all your
mhm.
leftovers. But I don't know, Friday just kind of flew past. So me and Paul didn't get around to doing that until yesterday. But it was quite good.
Mm.
We managed to, because we only bought a crown because it was four of us, turkey. So we managed to finish the turkey yesterday. We finished the broccoli, the Yorkshires, the potatoes. So the only thing we have left now is like carrot and swede. So we
Oh,
did pretty
okay.
well. Yeah, we did all right getting rid of it. I hate throwing away food, so it's nice that it's being used.
Yeah, we had the rest of our chicken cutlets the next day
Didn't you have a
with
whole
some
nother
mac and
pack?
cheese. And then, well,
Oh,
I made them all.
how did the mac and cheese turn out?
Oh, it was really good. Farrell made it. It was so good.
Yeah, I
We
meant
had
to
it.
ask.
We didn't make it with Thanksgiving because it was too much. Like, we already had a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
going on. It was only four of us. So Farrell made it Friday. And then, um, we had the remaining three chicken cutlets with it, and it was so good. And then we had our leftover roasted potatoes for breakfast yesterday with our eggs and
Oh,
sausage,
yeah, I guess
and
they're like home
then
fries anyway, aren't they? So why not?
mm-hmm, and then the baked ziti we just had for lunch on Friday.
That looked
So
so good. Although you never sent me a picture of it cut open and gooey, and you just sent me a picture of it assembled.
I had to
So I have to
think. I was like,
assume it looked.
I don't think we ever took one.
No, I never think about taking pictures of food. Like that doesn't
Oh,
occur to
I
me.
do. I'm one of
And then
those girlies.
afterwards, my sister's like, "Oh, what? How did it turn out? Pick? No, it's gone. I ate it.
So
I,
clearly it was good.
yeah,
Ooh.
exactly. Sorry." But I'm trying to get our recipes that we make a lot like down on paper and like in the digital world.
Hmm.
So I'm trying to remember to actually take pictures of things as we make them, so I can at least use that for the recipe card.
Nice.
I know. I don't know what the point is. I guess because sometimes, people are like, oh, this is great. You'll have to give me the recipe. It'd be nice if I could just share it right then and there. Or more for
But
me as
also
well.
just for
Because,
your organization, right? That's what I need it
yeah,
for.
I mean, Paul doesn't need a recipe
Is
card. It's more for me.
I feel like I do. I mean, there's some
Yeah.
stuff that I know that I've made quite some time,
Yeah.
quite
He just
many
cooks
times. I
from
mean that
feeling.
I could do it. I mean that's how we usually are with seasonings, but that's because we usually go heavy.
Yeah. Well, that's a skill to be able to just go in the kitchen and make something without any reference. I, well, I guess I could pour a bowl of cereal without a reference, but that's about it. Everything else I need to reference. I need to know exactly how much and exactly how long.
If you do it enough times, it'll come to you,
I
and
mean,
then you tweak it along the way.
probably, yeah. Oh no, see, that's what
Mm-mm-mm.
bugs me though. When he'll make a known recipe and
Mm-hmm.
tweak it based on what we have or just how he feels that day. And then you eat it and you're like, this is the best it's ever been. We need to do it like this every time. What did you do different?
Don't remember. Just
I don't
whatever was
know.
in the heat in the
Oh,
moment. Yep.
great. So this
Mm-hmm.
amazing
Yep.
meal is once in a lifetime, and no matter how hard we
Mm-hmm.
try, we'll never have it again. That's why I like recipes, because if I like it, I know I can replicate it again. If you go switching it up in the kitchen, it may be delicious, but it's gone forever, and you've just crushed my soul.
Oh God. And the Academy Award goes to.
I have a point, though, that you understand what I'm saying, and
No,
there
I
are
get what you're
people
saying. I
out
do.
there that get it as well. And it's like, don't give me something if you can't give it to me again.
That's what she
That
said.
sounds terrible, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's true
Mm-hmm.
too, though. You know what I mean?
I mean, sometimes you get creative and you just don't remember how you exactly did it. I get it.
And that's great. I'm glad that you're just lost in the moment and literally making magic in the kitchen. But
Exactly.
just keep track of what you're doing to make that magic, because I'm going to want it again.
Mm-mm-mm. Greedy bottom.
Great.
Mm-mm-mm.
Wait, I thought we were back to food. Are we actually talking
Oh,
about
we
food?
are. I mean, it's the
Okay.
same thing. That just applies to your narrative in most
I mean, I
aspects of
guess it
life. So
does. Yeah,
it's
if
okay.
you're gonna
It's
go
all
all
right.
in there, then you better be prepared to do so. At
I
any
mean,
moment.
it is a beautiful title. Just wear it proudly.
Wait, which is a beautiful title?
Greedy bottom.
Oh well, yeah. I don't even care about titles no more. We are in our late 30s. Who cares?
Speak for yourself. I'm knocking on 40s, but it's okay.
But you're
It's gonna be
still in
great.
your late
40s is the
30s.
new 30s, right?
It
Isn't that what
actually
they
is
always
though.
say?
It really
50s is the
is.
new 40s. 60s is the new 50s.
Yeah, people do look
I feel
younger
like they
now.
stopped saying that after the 70s. They're just
Yeah, at that point, you're all just part of the same. Oh God, isn't that weird? I mean, this is completely random, but like when you do see generations of people, and there's like a 70-year-old and then the 90-year-old parent, and it's like, oh, that's
mm-hmm.
weird. Like to me,
Damn.
you're in the same group,
Right, right, right,
but
right, right.
actually,
You're
no,
right.
you're her parent. Like that's weird.
You're 20 years apart still. Yeah.
To me, 70, 90, what's the difference? But to them, they're like,
Right.
I wasn't even born yet when she was. God,
Mm-hmm.
that'll be
That'll
us
be
one day,
us.
though, so I don't
Yep.
feel bad. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, all right, friend. Well, it's been real and it's been fun.
Yeah. And I
So
hope you have a good Sunday.
I will. I think I gotta go in the
Stay
kitchen
warm.
and start making breakfast for Princess. I heard his alarm going off, making that cinnamon
Aw.
roll apple bullshit.
Oh, are you making that bake? I want to see it when
Mm-hmm.
it's done.
I
Although
will.
I do have to say it looks more like a dessert than breakfast, but I think it'll be good anyway.
We'll see. And I'm gonna, I think, air fry some little smoked sausages up.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so
Nice.
we'll see. We'll see.
It'll be nice. It'll be good.
Uh huh. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna go make some magic and then not be able to recreate it.
Exactly. Story of my life. All
Terrible.
right.
Okay.
I'll talk to you soon.
Speak to you later.
Bye.
Bye.